back, baby. You already know, gotta how to go. Don't go sell your soul, don't go sell your soul, baby.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Good? Are you guys ready to have some fun? Yeah, okay, good. Write some checks. Maybe we can have some fun that way.
Okay, hi everybody. So my name is Laraib, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Gilly.
And my name is Al-Baab. I'm Laraib's taller sister, and I'm the COO and co-founder of Gilly.
And we're changing the way that businesses and consumers talk to each other. So what's the problem? Well, businesses have a very hard time understanding consumer needs, and that's for three specific reasons. Number one, businesses have a hard time collecting zero-party consumer data. That's the information you and I willingly share with a business. Secondly, retailers and intermediary brands, such as Walmart versus General Mills, or Sephora versus Fenty Beauty, compete with each other to own consumer data because that is how they own the consumer relationship. So the landscape of collecting consumer data is highly competitive and very hostile. And lastly, consumers do not share information about themselves unless they feel engaged.
And so what's the solution? Well, the solution is Gilly, and it is an interactive AI model that we train to specifically solicit information from consumers that businesses can then use to understand and deepen that relationship with their market. Gilly is great because it not only equips businesses with that tool to capture that data, but it also organizes it for them and then makes it actionable for the business's goal. Okay, so how does it work? So for the consumer, imagine this. I'm on Nike's website interacting with their unique AI avatar that's personalized to me, and it's all in the comfort of my own home. Through this interaction, I am talking to the avatar not only about the types of shoes I want, but also why I want them. And that's really important because understanding the motivation behind the purchase is really good and meaningful information for the business to have, which they can't have otherwise. And so through this conversation that's open-ended and organic, the business is able to understand my needs. I'm able to have an elevated shopping experience in the comfort of my own home, and I'm also able to deepen that relationship with the brand and the product as a result.
Exactly. So what does that look like for businesses? Well, number one, businesses have unique avatars for consumers. That means Gilly is able to provide personalization at scale. Secondly, just like Al-Baab said, we're able to understand not just what the consumer is purchasing, but why they're purchasing it. And that is crucial information when it comes to building your own data platforms, because it creates a holistic and very rich consumer profile. And lastly, we just don't capture the zero-party data. We organize it and make it actionable for the business, meaning that they're able to make decisions in real time and not months.
And the best part is, I know I said there was a lot of best parts, but with Gilly, we were actually able to user test this scenario, and we saw that consumers were willing to share information about the product that they wanted, similar to what I did with the Nike avatar, in just 2 exchanges because they were engaged. Right now, it takes businesses 10 data sources to gather that information and months to organize and act on it.
Exactly. So why now and how will we scale this? Well, number one, that right now, ChatGPT-4, which is an amazing model, is not designed to solicit specific information from the consumer. It's not designed to organize all of that data and then make it actionable, which is what Gilly is able to do. Secondly, laws and legislation around how we collect consumer data are rapidly changing. That means businesses need consent before they are able to capture consumer data, which is exactly the way Gilly operates. And lastly, my favorite part, how are we going to scale? How are we going to make the money? Well, retailers and intermediary brands compete with each other to own that consumer data, like I was mentioning, which means we can monetize that friction between them and allow these entities to own their own consumer data.
All right, so who is Gilly? Well, we're an incredible technical team of 4 with backgrounds in government, policy, AI, media, and consumer insights.
Right, so my background is squarely in government, regulation, and policy space. I started out my career at the White House, and before starting Gilly, I was a high-ranking strategic advisor for high-profile clients around the world, so squarely in the space and an expert in what we're building.
And so my background is actually in media research, so part of my work was looking at content and the influence that it has on attitudes and perceptions and the way that we engage and interact with each other in the world. All right, so what is our traction? So we've had incredible traction the last couple months. We're all here today to finish out the Techstars 2024 cohort program, which is awesome. And we also had backing from Solidia Capital and MX Ventures, which has validated the need for Gilly in markets. Laraib and I also, a couple weeks ago, competed at the Seed the South Summit in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we were actually one of the top finalists of the entire pitch competition. Woo, I know. And Laraib was also at the Capitol Hill a couple weeks ago as a subject matter expert on tech and policy, speaking to congressional leaders about this very topic. Again, it has established why we are experts in this space. And so you'll see on the right here, hopefully I'm not covering it, but these are all the companies that have expressed a deep interest and need for Gilly in their own markets. So they've really understood how we can actually help them achieve their goals, capture that information, and own those relationships as well.
And we built out our beta in 2 weeks' time because we're a very technical team, so I want to also put that out. So Gilly's raising a $250,000 pre-seed round. It will allow us to accomplish 4 specific milestones. Number 1, it will enable us to launch our commercial version and capture that interest that Al-Baab was speaking about and launch the 10 paid pilot programs. It will also help us go and achieve $500,000 ARR by the end of this year. And lastly, it will do what we all want to do, is create those partnerships so that we can scale Gilly.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.